Hi, good morning to my raw kitchen. Today we're going to do lasagna. Now we have always served lasagna up at our retreats, and my husband and I love it too. And we usually make 10 that I put into this container and layer all the different layers. So I can cut it up into 10 pieces and then put them in little packages and freeze them, because you can have them in the freezer for a long time. So you can have an uncooked day and have 10 servings. So if you've got a big family, that's really great too. But today I'm going to do a little bit different. Now, I like to entertain a lot, so we're going to do a little bit of tweaking about just even doing a single serve, and that you can do 10 of these. So what I've done is I've pre-made all my sauces, which is in actual fact in your recipe book. So you'll know how to do that. It's all the instructions are there. So I've got 4 different layers here, and I've also got my zucchini layer, which I use as my pasta. Now, it's important to always use organic, but particularly with things like zucchinis, they spray them a lot, and there's some foods that you can get away with. I've got the Dirty Dozen Plus in the book that you'll be receiving, but zucchinis are really important to make sure that they are actually organic, and also when they're not organic, they carry too much water. So right now we're going to do a serve, and we're going to be serving this up for our lunch today, and so I'm going to show you how I do it. All right, first we get our plate and we layer. We start our layers across here. And I put about 4 and hold them together, and they overlap, okay? Now I'm going to put my first layer on, which is my meat layer. Now this is what I call the meat layer, but it's actual fact it's walnuts and made with walnuts, etc. as the meat. And I'm going to spread it out. You've got to make sure your hands are clean too, by the way, which mine are. Mine are spotlessly clean, and they haven't been touching a whole heap of other things. Hygiene is very important when you're working with raw food. It's with any sort of food, but particularly with raw food, because your hands are in the food a lot. It's like working raw all the time. Even my feet haven't got any shoes on, so I love having my feet bare. Can't stand having them. I like the raw food. It's kind of what brings me back and earths me to nature. Now, my next layer is going to be my cheese layer. You can do it in any other form if you like. So here we go. We've got a nice little cheese layer here. And you just spread it out with your fingers, as I said, just make sure your hands are nice and clean, and you haven't been touching anything else before you've messed with the food. You don't want to be poisoning your guests or yourself. Then there's a tomato layer, tomato sauce layer, which is my special sauce, which is very yum. I have a couple of different sauces actually. I have one that I do for cannelloni too, and it's a little bit different than this sauce. And then I've got my pesto layer. Now my zucchini has been cut with a mandolin, and we're going to show you later on, or even before we even show you how to do some of these foods, is how to actually use the mandolin correctly. So now I'm going to do another layer. Now, so it doesn't fall apart, I'm going to do it sideways on the opposite direction to what I did before. Now these are nice big pieces, and I'm going to do another layer. So we've got our meat layer. Need to hold it together a little bit. Now do our cheese layer again. Now the cheese actually is made from macadamias and cashews and pine nuts in this particular one, and a few other little goodies in there, as you'll see in the recipe book. You don't have to be too neat with it when you're doing it like this. Then I've got your little pesto. My pesto is a vegan pesto. We don't want any cheese or anything like that. As you see in the book, it's a really lovely pesto. Right, and then we're going to put our final layer, going the way I originally went. And I'm going to throw that on there. I'm going to put a dab of pesto on top with a little bit of basil on the side there. And I've made a nice dressing here, which is it's a basil oil actually. And I'm just going to sprinkle some of that on the side for preparation, you know, to make it look pretty on the plate. If I'm going to have somebody for dinner, this is a nice way to do it. And there we go. Lasagna. Thank you very much. See you next time.